In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still bad.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Krause. But before we begin, if you guys can please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. So with that said,
we are on our way to 10,000.
No, we are there.
Oh!
Yeah, no,
what?
we surpassed 10. We're at 10,100 already, my guy.
Whoa, I must have been asleep for the last week or
no,
so.
you were.
Oh.
I just woke you up from the slumber. It's your midsummer slumber.
I forgot I always take a little midsummer slumber when it is midsummer, which it was yesterday. I celebrated by
That's right. Murdering people.
sacrificing my ex.
In a bear suit.
In a bear suit, of course. It's a big thing. And then I
is a big
take
thing.
the long nap.
People in India are going to be like, what are you guys talking about? What
Oh,
is
everyone knows
midsummer?
about Midsummer, the Swedish holiday. It's a shame we don't celebrate. Why don't we have some kind of holiday celebrating the summer solstice?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think every culture around the world celebrates the summer solstice in one way. Why
Yeah.
don't we? Is it because we already have 4th of July?
Right, 4th of July. Yeah, I think that's a big thing. We're just so into our independence that we said, we
There's
don't give a shit.
nothing else going on.
No.
That's
That's
right.
it.
But not here to talk about that. Not here to talk about 4th of July. We are here to talk about, this is our TV Tuesday.
Yes.
So we're here to talk about The Family Man.
Yeah, and anti-nationalism.
Yeah.
The
Good
anti-national.
segue. Now that's a segue.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Yes.
titled The Anti-National. This is episode 3.
Yes,
And this to me was kind of like a buffer episode.
for sure. It was a setup.
Yeah, exactly. It's those in-between episodes that's in every TV show. But still not a bad episode.
No, still got to have them.
Yeah, absolutely.
build-
You got to
build
set
along
them up.
the
Yeah,
storyline,
not
yeah.
everyone can be things exploding, people getting murdered. You
As
can't have
much
it.
fun
as much
that
as I
is.
want it.
Right.
We can't have it every day.
can't.
He is a family man, so at some point you got to show the family.
Which are the boring parts. But hey, you got to show that family.
But except in this episode, I found that to be the best part because this is a slow episode.
Yeah.
I found it. Him and his family. We said it before, but they feel very organic and real. There's
Yeah,
that
they
grocery store scene where they're kind of arguing. The daughter just does not let up.
No, she doesn't let up and genuinely doesn't care what her parents have to say. More specifically, what her father tells her to do.
Yeah.
She could literally care less. She fears her mother, but very, very slightly.
Oh my God, she's running all over them.
She is.
Do you
She
know
runs that
what
house.
your dad does? Do you know what kind of immense amount of pressure he is under? There are terrorists out there that want to bomb this city that you're living in.
And you think he wants to deal with a 12-year-old acting
The
this way?
fact
to
that
me?
he is not just shaking with pressure, with
No,
fear
all the
constantly,
time.
and the
He's
fact
like
that
a-
he's not drinking and beating these kids constantly is a miracle.
He does know what the shakes are like. He watched the bomber guy from episode 2.
Yeah.
He was a little shaky, no
Well,
longer
that guy
has
should
his
have been
life.
drinking a little
so-
more, I think.
Yeah, he
He's
should
calm those shakes. But episode 3 starts out with an angry mob that we are
accustomed to.
so used to seeing at this point.
We
Really,
really are.
India loves a good mob.
They do love a good
They
mob
love-
with pitchforks, that's for sure.
And this is, remember, it starts out with the people delivering the beef.
Yeah.
Remember,
That's right.
they're
They were
driving.
not happy about that.
Oh, my
and the guy lied too. He was like, "Oh, it's lamb."
It's lit. And this
That
guy
shit
back
ain't
there,
lamb. Yeah, he's like,
raw. Yeah, what the fuck is
this
this?
isn't lamb.
This ain't lamb.
beef.
They throw it on the ground. Yeah, and then remember they're trying to hide. Like, I think, was it Muslim stuff? Were they Muslim? I think.
Yeah, they were Muslim, and it was
They were
like
trying to
they don't
hide it.
eat
Yeah,
beef or anything
but
like
oh
that,
my
yeah.
God, they not beef fans.
Or maybe it was a certain religion of Hinduism where the cow is sacred. I think that's actually what it have been.
The angry mob was Hindu. That's why they
Yes.
didn't like the beef, because
Right,
they worshiped the cow. Yeah, so they did not. But man, are they not?
They were not happy.
Just say no, not for me. Just say no, thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah, but when you do
To
hold
kill
something
them?
sacred,
Yeah, it's nothing should be held.
just don't
that
come over here to
sacred.
America
Yeah.
because we got a lot of beef over here.
Oh my God, we're 90% beef.
We are.
Yeah,
We are.
yeah. So so they're murdered.
Oh, they're beaten,
Angry mob style.
beaten to shit.
Yeah, should
Poor
not.
people.
And they and that kind of is like our. I guess that's supposed to be kind of be like the match that's kind of led everything,
Yep.
right? Is there's other Muslims seeing this. They're ISIS, of course.
Mm-hmm.
They're seeing their people, the angry mobs. They're seeing them tear their people apart, and they're angry, rightfully so.
Very angry.
Rightfully so. So that's where we're at right now. Some angry ISIS people. It's Operation
Zulfikar.
Mission Zulfikar, I should say,
Mission.
not Operation.
Yeah, not Operation. Mission Zulfikar.
And the task force is in on
never gets old. It's still fun. It's still fun.
this. They are the ones chosen to take up the mantle of figuring this out, but they're like always on the brink of the entire force being dissolved.
Dissolved. Absolutely, yeah, because they just
Which is
can't
wild.
accomplish anything.
Yeah, they
Never get
absolutely.
anything
There's
right.
no confidence in these guys at all. But
And man, a lot of covering up. Just because the task force.
well,
is
let's
tasked
not
with-
get into that. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's mostly what they're good at.
Yeah.
Is covering up their fuck ups.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they're not figuring much out at this point. But remember from episode 2, they're following this kid from, what was it, Victoria College
Yes.
or something like that?
Kareem.
Kareem. And that's where we get
yes.
some half-ass kind of guy fumbling around with a camera. He can't really get it right, remember?
Yep.
But that's where they're following Kareem.
What was in a teddy bear a lot too.
Yeah, which
Remember
is...
that?
It's
when
not a grown man carrying around a teddy
teddy bear just going like this. You're like,
Unless
that
he's like
man-
wearing a helmet and he's mentally ill.
That's what
at
I was
some
gonna say.
point. Yeah.
Or is it a perfect cover because you would never suspect? You'd be like, oh, that man's mentally deranged.
Teddy.
You want my teddy bear?
Who is this guy chasing me around?
He's got mental disorders. That's for sure. He needs to go
Call
get checked
someone.
in.
He needs to be in a home.
Yeah, he does.
This guy chasing me around with a
With a teddy bear.
Yeah, so he kind of fucks it up. But,
Yeah, he does.
And then Kareem gives him the slip. Not that hard.
No, not that hard. This guy is incompetent.
Yeah. Oh, task force is on me. The task force.
And
These guys are going nowhere.
how sloppy are these assholes too? The most sloppy group of ragtag group of just dummies.
Oh.
First off, they have the truck out there as well in
Yes.
the parking lot with cigarette butts littering the ground. Are you kidding?
No, the only time you're chain smoking in a box van is when you're doing reconnaissance on someone.
Surveillance, I mean, pretty obvious.
Yeah, no one else is just hanging out in the middle of summer in a box van, chain smoking cigarettes and throwing them out the side.
Yeah, don't get that much to do today. There's another one.
I always park my box van in the middle of this intersection, just hang
In
out.
100-degree
Just
weather.
hang
No
out, yeah.
AC in this bitch.
Yeah, so that guy's like, Kareem's like, oh, this doesn't look good. This one man child chasing me around with the teddy bear. We also got a very clear surveillance van.
Well, and then he wraps up his shop too. He was there for 3 days selling tea, and then he's like, "Yep, I'm out. My whole operation is gone." That's not going to raise a red
Cover
flag.
blown. You got to dip. Yeah, you
Come
got
on,
it.
it's just shady business.
You gotta get out
stay
of
there
there.
at least a few more days until the reconnaissance is
true.
done.
So Kareem, it goes back to his apartment, right? And he's
Yes.
got all kinds of plans. And now he's
Hooking
got
up
more
with a-
reason than ever to blow up things.
He does.
He's
But
madder
also
than
hooking
ever.
up with a girl.
Yeah,
Good for him.
good for him.
Good for him.
Because that's also a lot of pressure to be, and to be able to perform under like when you're about to like do some bad shit.
Right, of course.
But maybe it's your one and done. You got to get it out before you're not gonna have that many chances after.
Well, yeah, it's called something. When you go and do that, when you like sacrifice yourself as a terrorist or whatever, you get to like have a bunch of sin up until that point, and then you atone for it.
and then you get like virgins or whatever at heaven, right? Yeah. So,
27 or 72.
so why fuck then at the very end? Brother,
Why not
you're gonna
try it in
spend
this life?
Brother, you're gonna spend the rest of your time fucking.
I know, but the problem is you want to know how it is in this life so you can kind of gauge if it's better
you're
in
gonna
heaven.
be king of fucktown in heaven. Okay, I mean, you're gonna get bored of it at some point.
I mean, 72 virgins. I mean, at some point, none of them are virgins anymore. Or do they
They're
just
still
keep
good.
recycling
You don't
them?
throw them out. I don't think after. But yeah, so I mean, he does get it in.
Yeah.
We show he's got plans about some party. He's got like a party list and stuff,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
And we don't
And
really
he's
know what's
using
going on.
a very specific Dropbox too, which comes into play specifically with the task force because this is something that they're surveillancing and something where he's getting these Dropboxes that have all those plans in them.
Right. Yeah.
Because they went in with the bug spray and did the cameras and all that kind of stuff.
Again, not that convincing.
No.
They're like harassing the people that
The
live
landowner.
there.
He's like, what are you guys doing here?
I've never been like manhandled by the bug guy before. Like this is kind of new to me. I mean,
You are way too into your job, sir. You got to
really
leave.
aggressive. The bugs
not good.
aren't going anywhere.
No, they're not.
But they're being really aggressive with that guy. Again, they're not like good covert operators at all. I mean, they're fumbling around everywhere he goes. But Kareem somehow figures out he's being watched.
I don't know. Maybe it was the camera that dropped it in the middle of his fucking room while the bug guy was spraying around.
Yeah. But it ends with them being very worried because they find the plans, right? And he's got the plans for the party. He's got like routes and shit. So now they're scrambling to do something that they pretty much, started on their own.
Right.
Yeah. So now, have they not just grabbed that guy? They grab him, they throw him in jail. No, in no other time are they ever needing like evidence or anything.
No.
They're always grabbing people. There's a scene where they're just taking people off the streets. I don't
Randomly.
know. Yeah,
You don't even know.
anyone. So I don't
not
know
gonna take
why.
this guy
You're not gonna
in?
take this guy, then break into his house. You find plans everywhere. There's your evidence.
And then go through his Dropbox and everything you need to go through.
Now they're playing it by the book.
I know. The one time you shouldn't is the one time they do.
Yeah, for sure. But that's pretty much the most action we get. There's a scene with our family man and he invites his family, his like extended family over.
Yep.
They have an argument about because they're not paying this guy well.
No.
Which is so weird to me.
Well, yeah, you put your life out on the line every day.
This
You better
guy
make
is
a livable
saving
wage.
India.
Oh, I know.
He should be paid, a mid-tier salary.
I would say so.
But the wife's unhappy.
Right.
He's a fucking loser. He's only saving the world.
Well, she's fucking around with someone else. You see those text
we don't
messages?
know that yet.
Those
We-
emojis? I don't know, bro. That's a lot of emojis.
Well, the husband is suspect for sure.
course.
He's immediately thinking she's sneaking out on me.
Yeah, she smiles a little too ear to ear whenever that phone goes ding.
But yeah, they have some party or something. There's like an argument, and the kids are there too at the party, just hanging out.
They are.
Right? At one
Different
point,
cultures.
they make them like put the earmuffs on, which
Yeah.
is not that different of cultures.
It's not old school. Earmuffs.
Old school, like no one can hear through their fucking earmuffs. Like, come on, give me a break.
Still classic.
But yeah, that's pretty much how episode 3
3
ends.
ends,
Yeah,
yeah.
kind of a buffer episode still.
For sure.
But
Cannot wait to jump into episode
episode
4.
4, I hear, kicks off with a boom. It gets going.
Pretty spicy episode 4. I guess.
Absolutely.
So be sure to tune in that tomorrow, everyone. That is our recap for episode 3, the Anti-National. If you guys like what you're seeing here, please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause, and until next time.
Bye.